Mother slapped me so hard the wine glasses rattled against the china, and my own sister smiled while it happened, like watching me get hurt felt sweeter than the money itself. That was 10 years ago. Tonight, 35 missed calls from her name lit up my dark bedroom at 2 in the morning. And before I even touched the screen, some quiet part of me already knew exactly why she was calling again after all this silence. My name is Grace. I am 34 years old, living alone in a small, quiet house 3 hours from the family that once owned every piece of me. Growing up, my sister Vanessa was the delicate one, the pretty one, the girl whose eyes filled with tears the instant she did not get her way. I was the strong one, which really just meant I was the one expected to pay for everything. My allowance, my car fund, my college savings, all of it quietly vanished into her scooters. Her handbags, her boutiques, her vacations, while I worked double shifts and wore boots with holes worn straight through the soles. Whenever I hesitated, my mother always had the same line ready, cold, and practiced. Family sacrifices. Do not be so selfish. Your sister needs this far more than you ever will. The breaking point arrived on an ordinary Tuesday evening. The table was set with the good china and crystal glasses, roast chicken filling the whole house with a warmth that felt completely wrong for what was coming. My mother announced that Vanessa needed $200,000 to open a fashion boutique, and that I would take out the loan under my own name since my credit was spotless. I said no. My mother stood, demanded my credit card right there at the table, and when I refused a second time, her hand crossed the space between us so fast the silverware rattled against the plates, and my ear rang from the impact. My father never once lifted his eyes from his dinner. Vanessa just smirked, satisfied, like she had finally won something. I stood, picked up my purse, and walked straight out the front door without another word, and I did not speak to either of them again for 10 full years. What I did not know that night was exactly how far they were willing to go. A month later, my cousin let it slip that Vanessa was already bragging the boutique funding was secured, under my name. I pulled my credit report in a cold panic and found 2 business loans and a line of credit opened without my knowledge, my identity stolen, my signature carefully forged. My own father eventually admitted, over coffee at a quiet diner, that my mother had spent weeks practicing my handwriting from old birthday cards until it looked convincing enough. When I asked why he never once protected me, he gave me the sentence that finally ended everything between us for good. You are strong, Grace. You can handle it. Your sister cannot. I did not scream, and I did not cry in front of either of them. I hired a fraud attorney instead. Within weeks, every fraudulent account was frozen solid. The boutique lease collapsed before a single mannequin was ever purchased, and I quietly disappeared. New number, new city, an entirely new life rebuilt from nothing but stubbornness. For 10 silent years, I rebuilt everything brick by brick, while secretly keeping every document locked away in a fireproof safe, because deep down I always understood that people like my mother never truly stop. They only ever wait patiently for the next opportunity. I was right. 3 weeks before that 2 in the morning phone call, a new loan alert quietly hit my credit report. $50,000, my name attached to it again. I did not confront them, and I did not panic. I simply filed the police report myself and let it move through the system in complete silence. So when my mother finally called, sobbing and desperate, begging me to lie to the detectives and save Vanessa from prison, I calmly agreed to meet them the next morning, already knowing exactly how this final chapter would end. At the small cafe, my mother looked older, smaller, genuinely terrified for the first time in her life. Vanessa sat across from her hollow-eyed in a hoodie, every trace of her old confidence completely gone. My mother begged me to tell the detectives the loan had been authorized. I told her quietly, clearly, that I already knew everything, because I was the one who had reported it 3 weeks earlier, not the other way around. The entire table fell silent. My mother called me a traitor to my own blood, her voice cracking apart. I told her I'd been dead to this family since the exact night she slapped me across that dinner table, and today I was simply honoring the decision she herself had already made for both of us long ago. Vanessa accepted a plea deal. 2 years in prison, 5 years of strict probation, full restitution ordered by the court. My mother eventually lost the house, paying legal fees she could never truly afford. My father quietly moved out of state, unable to face what remained. I read about the final sentencing alone in my kitchen, sunlight pouring gently through the window, and felt no triumph at all, only a strange, aching sadness for the family I had always secretly wished I could have had. instead of the one I was given.